It's great to be back home. Terrorizing sheep in Limgrave starts to get old. I wonder how the Godskins have been getting on while Maliketh and I have been gone. That fat one better not have destroyed any more of my pillars. Godskins, how goes it?
Master Placidusax, it goes well. We have been doing our utmost to guard Farum Azula.
Good. How many Tarnished have you killed?
We haven't killed any.
Shut up.
What do you mean you haven't killed any?
We've been sleeping. It's been great.
He's not meant to know that.
We've killed loads. I worked up such a sweat that I even lost a few pounds.
Ha! If you lost a few pounds, you just eat someone else's.
I don't know what to say.
Let me take care of this, you imbecile. Lord Placidusax, the Tarnished that weren't killed by the Beastmen fell to their deaths until the light of grace left their eyes. You know how stupid they are.
That does sound believable.
Lord Placidusax, there's a Tarnished who is wondering where the Rune of Death is. What should I say?
Curse you, Godskins! How do you explain this?
He's lying. That Tarnished said he came here to feed the birds.
So you did let a Tarnished through here.
I am not resurrecting you again.
I hired you to protect Farum Azula, not to sit around daydreaming of flaying gods. Explain yourselves.
Lord Placidusax, there was simply no need for us to fight. Maliketh was gone, so there was no—
Hey, Skins! Could one of you explain why I had to kill a Tarnished just now?
Well, we were asleep, so we didn't actually notice him.
I fucking hate you.
It kinda sounds like you guys suck at your job.
That's exactly what it is.
Can I eat them?
What?
Looking at you guys makes me hungry. The skinny one looks hungry, which makes me hungry. And the fat one looks delicious.
I'm not even that fat. It's just my armor.
Let me be the judge of that.
No, Maliketh, you can't eat them.
Oh.
Thank you, Lord Placidusax.
Oh, don't you be thanking me yet. You're fired.
You can't do this. I have children.
Please, Lord, wait, you have children? How come I didn't know this?
Well, you never asked.
You're telling me that there are other Godskin nobles waddling around in the lands between?
Yeah, there are loads.
And you've just been wasting your time here at Farum Azula?
Are you judging my parental skills?
Can I eat your kids?
Wasting your time?
I shouldn't have said that.
Get the fuck out.
You can't fire us, Lord. Who could possibly replace us?
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. There are a lot of people who want this job, like the Limgrave Tree Sentinel. He said he was getting bored of bullying Tarnished and wanted to try Beastmen.
Another tree sentinel? You're replacing the two of us with the one of him?
Well, actually, him and the horse are kind of a duo as well.
I don't think that counts.
Do you have something against animals, Godskins?
Maliketh and I will be interviewing him along with other candidates. A deathrite bird and a castrated boar have already been shortlisted.
You're replacing me with a boar.
Well, you're both pigs.
Enough of this pointless drivel. You Godskins are officially fired. Get out!
You can't fire me. I quit.
We've already been fired, you idiot.
Go! Do I have to wear a suit for these interviews?
Of course not. I'll be showing up to them naked myself.
We better not interview Godric then.
If he shows up, he's getting nuked.
Yeah!
So tell me, why do you want this job?
I am concerned for the safety of Farum Azula. I think I can be of great help.
I thought you just wanted to kick beastmen out of the sky.
There are actually a few beastmen in Limgrave. They are lonely, so I'd like to relocate the ones here. Also, I'm curious what screams they will make.
Tell me a bit about your past experiences.
Well, as you know, I am the Limgrave Tree Sentinel.
The Erd Tree isn't in Limgrave.
I am protecting the Erd Tree in a different way, by stopping Tarnished from ever making it that far.
I suppose you have a fair bit of battle experience then?
Oh yes, I have crushed many noobs. Battled many Tarnished. I am a great warrior!
Well, actually, I'm not so sure you are. I have your CV here and it says you have less than 3,000 health. I'm just going to be honest, that fucking sucks!
Maliketh, please be respectful to our guest.
Well, that is usually more than enough health for the Tarnished I fight.
The Tarnished you're fighting have weak weapons which they don't even know how to use.
That's why I fight them!
Let's suppose you're guarding Farum Azula and 3 Tarnished challenge you. What do you do?
Well, I would attack one of them and they would die.
In a single hit?
Yes, 2 at the most. I am very strong.
And what if they drank from their silly flask and healed?
After their 3rd flask, I would hit them and they would die.
The Tarnished here can have up to 14 flasks, you know.
What?
Killing beastmen is thirsty work.
I also noticed that you are weak to lightning.
Well, I am in a massive suit of armor, so yes.
There's quite a lot of lightning up here, particularly from my dragonkin. Don't you think that'll be a problem?
I do not plan on fighting any dragons. Kicking them out of the sky would be pointless.
You know that some of the beastmen can cast lightning too, right?
The beastmen?
I'm just gonna be honest. If you and a group of beastmen got into a fight, my runes are on the beastmen. They would probably zap your sadistic ass to death and then feast on your horse. He does look pretty tasty.
Don't touch my horse. I need him to crush noobs.
Listen, to be perfectly honest, you are massively underqualified for this position. We just invited you up here since your brother referred you.
Tree Sentinel bros for life!
Unfortunately, you will not be getting the job.
Well, to be honest, I am sort of relieved. I didn't know everything up here was so dangerous. I don't want to fight anything that might actually beat me. I'm going to return to Limgrave. All this talk about flask drinking has made my horse thirsty for salty tears.
Well, that was a huge waste of time. Think of all the calories I could have burned off by floating instead.
Who are we interviewing next?
A Deathrite bird is flying its way up here as we speak.
A bird? Does everyone we interview have to be so delicious?
Do you really think a giant flying skull is delicious?
Yes! We should never have invited you here for this interview.
You are being a bit disrespectful.
A bit? She hasn't stopped complaining once.
It's not my fault you live in a floating pile of rubble. How could you possibly expect me to work here?
How presumptuous of you to think you're getting the job!
Well, of course I'm going to get the job. Have you seen me?
It is rather difficult not to see that massive skull you call a head.
Everyone's head is a skull.
She got you there, Placidusax.
Damn these Deathrite birds and their logic.
Do you know how many Tarnished I've killed with my ghost flame?
Could you explain what that is again? I am used to flames being hot.
You dragons wouldn't understand my cool flames. But you should understand that in the time before this wicked Erd tree,
Preach it, sister.
things needed to die, and burning them in ghost flame was the best and most fun way.
Destined death is better than ghost flame.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It isn't. It came from that stupid Elden Ring, so it can't be.
I am this close to eating you.
Let's try to be respectful to our guest, Maliketh.
Why is it so damn bright here? Could you pull a curtain over or something? It's hurting my eye.
It is always bright here, night never comes.
What?
I can see why that'd be a problem. I have your CV here, and while you do have impressive HP, you have a massive weakness to holy damage.
She has even more HP than you, Maliketh.
Don't mention that. So could you explain why you suck against holy damage?
Well, have you seen me? I'm a giant spooky skull with spirits in my wings. What do you expect?
Who are those?
They're my ghost babies. Mommy loves each of them very much.
Okay.
The Tarnished up here may very well have holy weapons. What would you do?
Do you know how awkward it is to try to hit me?
Your body is rather distorted.
If I keep my head out of their reach, I'll be fine. If they get too close, I'll just scream at them.
I also like to scream.
Yes, screaming is pretty fun, but what else can you do?
I'm good at flying and pecking and ghost flaming. You know, normal bird stuff. I can't tell you how many Tarnished I've burned to ash with my ghost flame explosion. But enough about me. Why should I work for you?
Well, not to toot my own horn, but I am a Dragon Lord, and Maliketh here is the wielder of destined death, and quite the acrobat.
Thanks.
So you'd be learning from the best.
The best? Where are the rest of your heads?
Well, I've been in a lot of battles, so I am a bit...
And what could I ever learn from destined death when I have ghost flame?
I would be happy to teach you.
And why do you live in this floating dump with all these weird dog men?
It's not the beastmen's fault they're so small and tasty.
Do you know how difficult it was for me to fly up here with all these tornadoes?
What's the matter? Can't ghost flame your way out of a few tornadoes?
This place is awful. I'd rather be in Caelid.
That's low.
It is low, so flying there would be a lot easier.
Well, I was going to give you the job, but since you're being somewhat of a bitch, you can just fly back to your mountaintop. Get out of here! What is with these people?
Maybe we should have interviewed a death bird instead of a deathrite bird.
They're all the same.
Wow, Placidusax, that's pretty racist.
Hakuna Matata!
Oh, you must be the castrated boar we have heard so much about.
Hakuna Matata! Hakuna Matata!
I have no idea what you're saying.
Hakuna...
Maliketh, what are you doing?
He asked me to eat him.
Did he?
Yes,
Did he taste good?
yes.
Curse you, Maliketh!
You have been lying this whole time. Did you think we were stupid? Did you think we wouldn't find out?
Maliketh, please calm down.
Just because I eat beastmen doesn't make me a beastman. So how does eating dragon hearts make you a dragon?
Listen to your dragon friend, little dog. Us dragons know best.
You aren't a dragon!
Well, actually, I sort of am.
Give us a bit of your background, Theodorix.
It's true that I was once a troll, but I knew I was destined for greatness the moment I smashed out of my mother's womb.
Did you have to phrase it like that?
As a young troll, I would hunt down basilisks and eat their eyes.
That's a waste of perfectly good basilisk meat.
Why am I always hungry when I'm with you, Maliketh?
As an adolescent, I left my family to see the world. My wife and sister were particularly upset.
Well, at least they had each other.
They were the same person.
No wonder you trolls are so deformed.
I remember wrestling with my first dragon. I hopped on its mighty back, got its long neck between my thighs, and squeezed as hard as my mother did during my birth.
That is an odd way to kill a dragon, but okay.
After eating its heart, I knew I needed to feast again.
Hopefully you killed the other dragons in more honorable ways.
I jumped on their heads and threw jars at them.
Oh dear God.
After 3 dragon hearts, I became the fine specimen you see before you.
As much as you disgust me, I must confess that you have impressive credentials. You almost have as much HP as Placidusax, but you have a weakness to sleeping. The Godskin duo also had that weakness. Are you going to sleep on the job as well?
If I did take a nap, I'd fill the floor with magma, so Tarnished won't be able to get past anyway. I can do that since I'm a dragon.
You're not a dragon!
I'm a giant lizard with wings who breathes fire.
That doesn't mean anything!
I tend to agree with Maliketh. You killed dragons to get those wings. I don't think the dragons up here will accept you.
If they have a problem with me, I'll just kill them and eat their hearts.
That's not really the sort of attitude we're looking for.
What's the problem here? I am huge, wield a flaming sword, and have a wonderful smile. What more do you want?
You are an inbred troll who threw jars at dragons when they weren't looking, and you want to work at a place full of dragons. Are you hungry for more hearts?
How dare you!
Well, you did just say you were going to eat their heart.
You two are arrogant. You're a jumped-up little dog who eats beastmen. You hypocrite.
Eating beastmen and dragons is different. No one cares about the beastmen.
My mom cares about me.
I ate your mom!
What?
And you are an old plump dragon who was abandoned by his god.
I must congratulate you, Theodorix.
He called you fat and you're congratulating him.
Congratulations on your grand evolution from inbred troll to lesser dragon. Your kind will never be welcome at Faramazula. Now, unless you want to experience what a real dragon is like, I suggest you get out.
And don't think you can squeeze his neck. He's got 2!
It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but one day, all of the candidates you reject will unite, storm Faramazula, and kill you all. And I will eat your heart.
What a psycho.
Inviting him up here was a mistake.
Do you really think a group of rejects could take over Faramazula?
Of course not. Between the two of us, the dragons and the beastmen, this place is impregnable.
I wish his inbred troll mother was impregnable.
Ha ha ha, Maliketh, that was hilarious.
Thanks!
I find your lack of merchants disturbing.
What kind of way to start an interview is that?
This is going to be another rejected candidate, isn't it?
Do you know what is unusual? Escaping your own execution. But I did it, and now I get to stare at a giant painting of Melania every day.
You get to stare at what?
Want to see my hand glow red? Pretty cool, right?
It is mesmerizing.
What is going on here? This is meant to be an interview, not a circus.
I'd rather it was a circus. That way there'd be a lot of merchants for me to kill. I like to collect their bells after I kill them. They're kind of like my lucky charms.
Do you kill merchants because you can't afford to buy new armor? Your armor is stupid.
Why are there so many thorns sticking out of it?
These thorns mark me for death. They mean I am to be executed. However, as I said before, I escaped my execution using my sick red sword and my glowy red hand.
Okay, but why are you still wearing the thorns?
I guess did you see my red hand?
I did, and I also saw your CV. Your HP looks a little low, Elemer. And your fascination with Melania is frankly concerning.
Okay, let me explain.
Explain!
The reason why I stare at a picture of Melania every day is because she's really hot.
You make me sick!
Why do you even want to work here? Won't you miss your painting?
Well, I heard her uncle worked here. I figured this was my chance to get into the family.
You wicked little bastard.
Elemer, the job description is to protect Faramazula, not to seduce a demigod.
Why not both?
Let me kill him, Placidusax! I will make it quick!
Maliketh, I don't think you should.
You want to kill me?
Yes!
Would you say you want to execute me?
Yes!
Well, then that's why my armor has these thorns.
You are infuriating!
Can you tell us why you kill merchants? Why not something normal like beastmen?
Merchants are making society weak. That's why I kill them. I mean, just being able to go out and buy turtleneck meat is ridiculous. Killing the turtles is half the fun.
I was wondering where the meat peddler went. Are you saying you killed him?
Yeah, I drilled him up real good.
And what happened to his meat?
I don't know, it probably went rancid. I'm more of a dew-kissed herbal tea kind of guy. Does Melania like herbal tea? Could you get me a painting of her drinking tea so that I can stare at it all night while igniting my red sword?
You waste meat and say bad things about Nice. You die now!
Maliketh, calm down. You should go, Elemer. I'm not sure how long I can restrain him. By the way, in case it wasn't blindingly obvious, you didn't get the job.
Really? I thought I nailed this interview. Not as much as I want to nail Melania, though.
Just give me 10 seconds with him. I'll erase his soul in 10 seconds.
Get out, you degenerate.
Words can hurt.
That guy was twisted. The next candidate better not want to breed with my family.
Well, Caelid's massive laser golem is next, so let's hope not.
I think I need a break from all this interviewing.
Maybe after the next one, we'll find someone to replace us for a bit. Anyway, want to see something cool?
Yeah! I'm gonna throw up!
This is unacceptable. Do you really think so little of us? To think that we have nothing better to do than to sit around waiting. What is your excuse?
Well, in case you haven't noticed, I'm a giant golem. It took me a few days to climb my way out of Caelid. I kept falling down a cliff, then I got a bit lost.
Why apply for a job at Faramazula if you don't even know where it is?
I'm getting a bit tired of the dogs and crows and bugmen at Caelid, so I'm looking to relocate. It's a pretty awful place now thanks to Melania.
You don't have an unhealthy obsession with Melania, do you? The last candidate stared at a painting of her every night while fondling his soul.
I hate that guy!
We don't want degenerates working here.
Oh, is that so? Well, not to worry. I find Melania repulsive.
What?
She is a vile, disgusting creature who should be executed for war crimes. Nothing would bring me more joy than to see Melania and all of her hideous paintings burned to cinders. Then after they've burned, their ashes should be fed to the bugmen and then they should be burned.
Dear God.
Anyway, now that we've cleared that up, did I, get the job?
What you'll get is my destined death, you giant clumsy bastard.
Maliketh, I don't want you eating any more of our candidates.
I wasn't going to eat him. He's a tasteless clump of stone.
A lot of love went into making my sturdy golem body.
Well, I must say, what is sturdy are your credentials. While you may be slow and poor, you do have a lot of HP. And you also have lasers, is that right? I could never have guessed from the name. Are they any good?
Yeah, all I have to do is twist my torso around and then my 3 little buddies pop up and zap things.
Torsos aren't supposed to move like that.
You mean you can't do this?
Stop doing that!
And can you also breathe fire?
Of course. What kind of golem would I be if I couldn't? I'll need to breathe fire if I want to burn all of those nasty Melania paintings.
I'm starting to get an appetite for stone.
You can breathe fire and shoot lasers. You remind me a bit of myself.
Just graft me some wings and call me Placidusax.
That's not how their names work.
Oh.
There is a bit of a problem, though. If you were to fall from up here, you would probably destroy the lands between. I imagine all that magic and fire that was shoved into you would make for quite the explosion.
Placidusax, I've had a great idea.
We're not throwing him off the edge.
Oh.
If I fell, one of the dragons would catch me, right?
Ha! There aren't enough of us still alive to stop you from hurtling to the ground.
Placidusax, that joke was sad.
I suppose it was.
I can give you a hug if you like.
No.
Plus you showed up late and said bad things about my niece.
Melania's uncle is a dog? Now it all makes sense.
Sorry, but you didn't get the job because you are a tardy ticking time bomb. Have a nice day.
I will, thanks. How do I get down from here?
Figure it out!
Maybe if I just... Oh no.